So let me start today a new topic called as creating boxes. So creating boxes indicates it gives you a glance. It gives you how good we can be inserted the total text in the form of a different boxes. Why we required in the sense when you are representing any products onto the website, in that website, in some boxes we need to present your box product details, images. In other boxes, we like to be give some details over there, like the cost, what is the name of the product, when it is manufactured, what is any offers over there, all such type of. In another box, we can give the payment. In another box, we can give any offers. Like this, we can create different boxes over there. So as part of this boxes here, we have the topics like box dimensions. What are the different dimensions for a box? Like we'll see one program so that you can understand. Padding properties, how good we can give the spaces inside the box. And the borders also gives a weightage for here. And margins like left margin, right, top, bottom, and as well as the width and height properties as usual for every type of tags like anchor, image, table. We have required these two attributes, that is width and height. Similarly, inside that we have a sub attributes like min width, min height, max height. Like this properties also be available. And also the floating. So floating will tell you the position where you need to display, whether left position. Hope you remember the week one program. We have make a thought frame. There we have floating at left. So we have different floatings, left, right, top, bottom. The position will talk about the floating. Now, when we have a concept called like overflowing the box content. So for example, if you give the same height and width are top, bottom, left, same values for two different boxes, then at the time it will be overflowing, in the sense it will be exceeding over there or overlapping to each other. So at that time, how the content will be displayed, whether automatically the page will adjust that one or whether we manually has to rectify that error. Next is marquee. Marquee is already are aware, like in the form of a banner rotating from left to right to left, we can do that. And as well as the rotations like 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degrees, 150 degrees, how the content of rotation or the image will be rotated over there. So these are the some of the concepts will comes under creating boxes. So all these are the properties and as well as some attributes over there. So here attribute is nothing but property, because we are talking about CSS. The same property we called in the HTML as attribute. Now these are the properties are there. So let me see the example so that you can understand clearly what actually this is. So I'm directly jumping to the program. I'm just going to the program. So creating boxes. So let first we'll go for padding, margin padding. So hope it is visible to you. Now please try to understand the concept, and if you understand the property and the other, you'll be get very easy to understand this. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just creating the styles. So see the styles what I'm creating here. So this is called as internal styles. So this is one paragraph. I'm creating the style. Inside this, what I'm giving here is the min width is 10, min height is 10 pixels. Max width and max, it is going to be give in the form of emphasis, that em, these give the values. And one more selector I'm using, that is ID selector, because I started with hash, it is ID selector. So under this, the padding gives more weightage. The padding top is 50 pixel, bottom is 50 pixel. Left is 5 centimeters, right is 10 pixels. And the border width of this is 2 centimeters. The border top left, right, that is top left radius, top left right radius is 2 centimeters. Border top left radius, top right radius is 2 centimeters. And the color of the border is green, and the style of the border like solid, dashed lines, or whatever the style we require, the different values are there. One more selector I'm using here, that is the class selector for only paragraph. The name of the class is margin. Now in this one, the margin top is 5, margin right is 15 centimeters. And the color of that background color for that margin is right. So red, right? So here I am using three different selectors. paragraph directly for the applicable to that paragraph itself. Second is whichever the tag using id equal to padding, that will applicable this properties, and whichever the paragraph using class equal to margin, it applicable this three properties. Okay. Now coming to the body of this program. In this body of the program, I'm using what? I'm using the class as well as the ID. If you see clearly, I'm using the class margin. Also, I'm using the ID padding. Now, for this line here, whatever you're representing, for enter this, what will happen? For enter of this one, it is giving all three. All three means what? Already we have a selector by default for a paragraph, and I am using a class equal to margin, and I am using ID equal to padding here. So let me try to understand first of all which one is applicable first over here. So what will do here is, let me see first of all only for paragraph how the program it looks like. Now see, I'll just run the program. So this is the output. Hope it is visible. This is the output of your program, right? Hope it is visible. Now observe carefully. I will remove some of the properties so that we can understand what actually you're doing in the program. So see here, there is a border of having some height and details with red in color. The text is like this. And again, we have a border of having a radiuses, see in the all together. Now I will remove some of the properties so that you can understand what is happening inside the program. This is actually the output of the program. Now what I'm doing here is, I'm just first I remove these two selectors. I will remove these two selectors. What I'm doing here, I'm just using a paragraph. This is, and we are applying for this. Okay. So this is not their classes, so it doesn't give much sound because already I have deleted these two selectors. Now I'll save the program and I will refresh the output. See, if you are doing this, what it is doing without any borders, only it is applicable, only it is a paragraph as per in the code. Min width, min height, maximum is this much. And however it is going to do here is a bold you're using, and here you are breaking the text here. The red area is the padding area. Here you are breaking. This goes to next line. This is the first line. Not first line, is breaking that one. The next part is here up to this. The green area is the border area. Is another break is there here, another break. BR is a break. We specified margin to the top of this one, up to the margin. So up to here you are using as bold. Up to this is a bold. So that for that purpose it is getting bold. And now width and height you are giving as only 10. If you are just increasing this 100 mean height and 100 of this one, it doesn't give much sound. Right, because the minimum height is comparing it with a maximum height. So what I can do here is I'll just increase as 100 em and 100. Let me see if there's any sound here. Nothing, because the text is directly, it is showing the same fashion. Now simply 50 mm, 50 em, and same. Only it is applicable just the width and height. It is going to be minimum to 10 pixels and maximum to this. Now, okay, fine. Okay. Because I have saved the program. So what happened is, whatever we have done that required another. Okay, and it should go back. We'll take the code. Here it's a margin padding. Okay. I'll take this. Okay, fine. Now I'll go for the next part of here, that is ID. So ID I'm going to use in here. So ID, if you're using ID here for the same one, I'm just saving the program, margin padding. What I'm adding here, I'm adding this, the total details. Now when I save the program and refresh it, it gives like this. See, it gives like this. Okay, for ID. Now what you added over here is, let me see one by one. Now in this padding, I am removing this so that we can understand what actually a padding indicates. Padding means what? This is the padding. Inside this white box, there is a padding here. This space, this space, this space, this space. Inside this, the padding is goes on. Now I'll save the program here and I will refresh. See the padding here, it goes to padding top is how much? 50 pixel. Padding top is from top, it is 50. Bottom, it's a 50 for this year. Bottom 50. Left is 5 centimeters. Left is 5 centimeters and right is 10 pixels. From right is 10 pixels. So this is, it gives you the padding inside this, but it is in a hidden form. So it is in a hidden form. That's why what you can do is, we'll just make some borders for this so that you can understand clearly what is happening inside. Now what I'm doing here is border top, border left. I'll just remove this as well. Now what I'm doing here is, I'm using the border width as 2 centimeters and border top left radius is 2 and right radius is, bottom right radius is 2 centimeters and top left is this one and bottom top right is this much. Or else we'll do another. We'll first make sure left and right. See, we'll save the program. Okay, fine. I'll do one thing here. I'll just remove this color. So I'm just adding the border for this so that we can understand what actually the border indicates here. See the radius, because the color is not indicates. That's why it is in a white color. You are unable to see. Just I'm adding border color is green for this. Now see. Okay. Now color. See the color automatically is the default is black. Now color I remove. Now I'll remove bottom. See the bottom. When I remove this one, see I have removed the top. How the top look like? The top look like as without any radius, without any cut over here, but only the bottom, because I have kept the bottom left radius 2 centimeter and right is 2 centimeters. That's why top is having normal. If you want top also, you can use like this. Or if you can remove this and save this, refresh. See, top is cut to the edges here. It's cut the edges as radius 2, but bottom is not. What I'm trying to say here is, you need to be know what property you are applying over here and how you are doing. Now, if I remove the padding top and bottom, now let me see. Here padding already is there. Now I'm just removing the padding top and bottom. See, top and bottom padding remove. It is matched like this, right? When I'm removing left and right, what will happen? Padding, because you need to try to understand what actually the concept indicates. Refresh. See, top is there, bottom is there, but I remove left and padding, right padding. So that's why it is showing like this. So padding is talking about inside. Border is talking about the outside over here, right? Outside of this. Border, bottom, top, left. And style indicates solid. Solid means what? It is going to have a without any connectivity. So if I use dash over here, now it is like this. Dash borders. So instead of that, you can use solid. Fine. Now that is the properties of padding, properties of the border, all border width, bottom left radius, bottom right radius, top left radius, top right radius, and color style. These are the properties for border. Now we'll add one more is there, right? One more class we are using, margin. Now see the properties of margin. I'll just copy this. Only this selector is required, right? Up to this. Copy this. Close this. Okay, fine. Now I'm just copying here now. What will happen here? I'm using the margin properties. Margin top is 5, margin right is 15, and the background color for this margin is red. Now I have kept this and refresh. Say this. Right. See, margin top. See the output. Margin top is 5 centimeters. Margin 15, right is 15. What is the margin here? This is entire page is called as margin. If I make it this top as 2 centimeters, see, it will come little bit up. If I make as the right as 10 centimeters, it will like this. Right, towards right, the margin it goes. If you are still reducing that, it goes towards to the right, it will display like this. Okay. So margins means here the border of the page. It gives the margins. So 15 is there by default and top is 5 centimeters. Depends as you require. It depends on your interest. So in this class, paragraph class, we have seen the margin properties. And in this IDE, we have seen padding properties. And in this normal paragraph, we have seen the min width, min height, max width, max height. Okay, so these are the properties of this. Now, this is one example. This is one example for what? This we have seen the box, padding, border, the margin properties, width and height. Let me see the another program. Let me see the another program of related to this. Right, next program is floating. Next concept is what? As per the syllabus, we have seen box, padding, border, right, margin, width and height, min, max, width. Now let me go for floating. So floating talks about, let me open the program. Floating, as I said you, it talks about the positions. It talks about the positions of this. Now what I'm doing here is, I'm using 3 different selectors here. The first selector is a class selector, floating box. Now as I said you, float is left, right, top, bottom. And width, height, margin, border width, border style, border color, already we have seen just now. Next selector, I'm using a paragraph for the class float. Float is right, width and height of that position is 500 pixel, 500 pixel. One more class for a paragraph, that is KKB I am taking. Float is none. We can use the float is none, and width and height of that position is 50 pixels and margin is 10. Now what I'm doing here is, first let me go for the body. Now H2 normally it is displaying the output. Now I'll run the program first of all so that you can understand what actually the code. Hope you are viewing this. I'm just zooming in. Now this is the output of the program. Now in this program, if you see the output, here normal position, here one position of the floating box, and here is another position, and here the image is another position, and this is in another position. Now how all these positions are varying, that will be, let me see in the program. I'll just open the code. Now first is H2 floating boxes. Next is floating box. For that, which class I am applying? Floating box class I am applying. Floating box applying is, this is over. This is the first line, H2. The second line of the body is floating box. So first line is floating boxes. Second line is floating box. So this floating box has presenting in a box of this area having a border something and color of the border is red. Now how we are going to be doing that is with the help of a class called as floating box. Let me go to that class. This is a floating box class. What you have done here? You have done float is left. Width and height. Width and height means what? The box of this width and height is 100, 150 pixel width and height is 75 pixels. Now margin is what? How much you are taking the margin? Margin means what? Here is the margin. The margin we are considering as 10 pixel. If you are increasing the width of this or if you are decreasing the width of this one, let me see the program. It is reduced. See, the size is reduced because the width is reduced over here. And if you are making sure the margin, if you are increasing the margin to 30%, 30 pixel, it will goes down. The margin starts with 30 pixels from top left, 30 pixels is shown. Okay. And border width, if you are increasing this, for example, if you are using border width as 30 pixel, you know what actually? Border width means surroundings of this border, the total width of that one is 30 pixels. See, because whenever you are changing the values, then only you can understand what this property indicates. If you're not changing the values or if you're not applying that one, it is very difficult to identify which property it is going to change. Looking the output, you can't say that which property belongs to which one, right? That's why what actually a margin property means, what is a border property, what is this height, what is this width, float, everything you have to do practically and change the value so that you can understand what is the change it's reflecting in the output on the page. Then only you can understand the concept. If you clearly understand the concept, definitely you can write any type of properties, right? Hope you are understanding this margin, width and height. No border width, just now has shown you. Border style, this is normally is a solid. If you are using the dash, it will be making as dash. Refresh. This is dash. Okay. And color is red. If you want blue, you can use the blue. No issue. Blue. Right. Fine. This is floating box is applicable for that. Clear? Now third line of the program. I'm using a image of float. Class is float. Here I'm using the class is float. Go to the float class. What is there in the float? In this float is what? Right. So previously float is left. The width and height. The width and height means what? The position of this width and height is 500 width and 500 pixels. 500 of the width. From here, from the right position, it is 500 and top height is 500 pixels. So if you reduce this 100 and 100, see, just save and refresh. It goes towards right. If you are increasing still width and height, don't be confused. Width and height in this class is not the image width and height. It is the position of that. Position of the float is right. And how much right I need to go. From right, how much I need to be display that image is 200 width and 200 height. Now just save it. Little bit of come forward. Now if you are using 300, just save the program, refresh. Little bit of like this. So like this, it talks about the position. It is the image sizes is not varying here because already the image height and width we are already fixed to 200 height, 200 width. If you increase here in this image, the image size will be increased. Width and height, if you are trying to increase, then it will be increase that. See the size of the image is increased. But in this float class, this height and width is belongs to the position of that floating. Okay. The fourth line of this program is class KKB. This is a floating box code. Now KKB is a class here. Paragraph we are using for that. Float is none. None means by default it starts from starting, that is left. Now width is 50 pixel, height is 50 pixel, and margin is 10 pixels. Now width we are going to be reducing 50-50. See within this one, within this area only, 50 only, it shows like as a single line here. This is the floating box code. But the position you are representing as width and height of that position is 50 and 50. If you are increasing this to 100, If you are increasing to 200, save this, it will be like this. This is like this, because already it is overlapping. If you are observed previously, when you are seeing this one, previously when you see this, the last line, floating box, again you are applying a class called as floating box class over here. But this floating box class is using the width and height is 150 and 75. So if you are using height is 100 for this one, definitely it will be overlapping in the same line, because already floating box is started here. Floating box is already started from here, from height and width over this. So that's why if you are using like this, it will be overlap. So if you are using 50 and 50, then it will not be overlap. Okay, so the position of the previous floating box, this floating box is, it starts with the width is 150, height is 75. Now you need to be give less than for this one, so that it will be not overlap this KKB as well. KKB width, class width and height. So if you want, if you are increasing this one 100 and 100, you need to be, as well as you need to increase this also. It is 150, right? So better this also be increased to 125 at least height, so that it will not be overlap to each other. See, not be overlap. Okay. So if you are increasing that, that also be considered. That way of topic is called as overflowing. That overflowing means height and width and height you are going to mentioning, it should not be reflected, it should not be overlapping to another element to another element, that is another HTML element to another HTML. You have to take care of that as well. And margin here you are specifying as 10 pixels. So you are not mentioning margin style, your margin is 10, and you are not mentioning the borders. That's why it is not showing any borders in this output. In this one there is no borders, because you are not using the borders, you only use the margins. Okay, so that's why if you are using borders for that also, it will be displayed in the same fashion. Just copy this and make here. Border width is 3 pixels, style is dash red color. See, the 100 and 100 border width and border style is dash you are going to considering here, and the height and this one, it is started with 10 and 10, but border width when you are using the 3 pixels, it is showing like this. This is the border in the top. Hope it is visible to you. So, but you are not applying for this one. So to apply for that, we need to mention the float. In this one, float you have to mention. So if you mention the float, definitely it will be workable. So anyhow, we have seen the border there. And if you want to apply the border as well, border for this also, when you want to apply for this border box, you can use for this float value should be left or right. You can use left, and if you want, you can use this same, the border width and other. See, it started here. You say left means after this, it will display this. Now after this is a floating box, another left. All are in the same line. So that's why I want to show you what are the different values for float. One is left, another is right, another is none. And I want to show you the border, margin, and width and height as well. So that's the floating over here. And the next program, let me see the next program over here is Marquee. Marquee is talking about right to left, left to right, all this. So if you see the Marquee means rotating. Let me run the program so that you can understand what actually the program outputs. If you're observing here, I'll just increase the size. See, when you say it's a left, it starts from right and ends with left. When you say the Marquee is right, it starts from left and ends with right. Okay, see, it is rotating from, getting from right and ends at left. And this is, hi, this is Dr. KK Bashir. It is taking from, starting from left and ends at right. And another is a image is there. It is sliding. See, it is sliding over here. Now this is the output of the program. Now coming to the code of this, here in this MarQ, we have a style called as scroll, we have a style called as alternate, we have a style called as slide. These are the three different values in the MarQ. Now see the directions. Direction equal to left means it starts from right, ends at left. When direction we are going to say as right, it starts from left and ends with left. Don't be think that direction equal to left means it starts from left. It starts from right, ends at left. When we are saying direction equal to right, it starts from left and ends at right. That is the meaning over here. And loop is infinite. Infinite means it will be repeated, goes on repeating, goes on scrolling over there. And height, it will be 5% and width is 30%. Horizontal, H space means horizontal space, V space means vertical space is 1010. So this height, this is bash 18 from ITB. This is one MarQ. Another MarQ, only we are changing the direction and style and same. So after it is the first MarQ, it will again start this. And the background color we are giving here is cyan. Hi, this is Dr. KK Bashi. One more MarQ we are using, that is for image. The style we are changing, that is slide. Direction we are taking as top. From top, it is taking. So from top, it is starting over here. So the direction here is right. From right, the height is 5%, width is 30%, horizontal space is 10, vertical space is 10%. It is from top, the height is 5%, width is 30%, H space is 10, V space is 10. So that is the only the changes over here. If you are using left also here, if you are using left over here, left direction, if you are running the program, go up, see, both are starting from right, ends at left. Right? So I'll just change it. And this is an image. So this image we are adding here inside the MarQ. So MarQ is for rotating the text, rotating the images from a specified direction with specified style. The scroll, alternate, slide. This will be applicable for this. So MarQ, the directions are left, right, and top. If you want bottom also, you can apply. So change some values once I give the program to you and apply as per your requirement. This is the output for this program. Okay. And the last is rotation, rotating boxes. Last program of this is rotating programs. So in the rotating programs, if you observe carefully, rotation will just run the program so that you can understand what is the output indicates here. See the rotation. So normal without any rotation. Here, this is a normal box. Box 2 is rotating with some 20 degrees and another image with some 45 degrees. Another text is there here bottom. This is with 90 degrees. Let me see how we can be rotate that, how the text will be transformed. Text will be transformed for that. Let me see the code for this program. So here is the rotation. So here I'm using the internal style. This is ID. ID is my, name of the ID is my. Now float is left. Transform is an property. This is rotate of 20 degrees. Within the bracket, we'll mention this is a function rotate of 20 degrees. It's 20 degrees will be changed. And width and height, margin, border width, style, color is already we have studied, right? Now another class I'm taking, rotating box. For that, width, height, margin, border, style, everything is common. Everything is same as this, right? Now another for paragraph, the name of the class is rotate. Float is none. Transform with 45 degrees. Width and height is 400 and 300. One more class I am taking, KKB1. That is transform, rotate is 90 degrees. Width and height is 50, right? Now what I will do is, first we'll go one after the other. Coming to the body, this is first one, rotating boxes. So rotating boxes, H2 it is displaying over here, rotating boxes. Next line of the code is, we are taking a division. Inside the division, we are making a class called as calling with rotating box. Now this is a normal box, this is a text. For this, a class is applicable, a class selector, that is rotating box. Let me see what is there in the rotating box. So this is the rotating box. So in this rotating box, this is a normal box, width, height, margin, all together. It is displaying this. So this is without any transform here. This is a normal. If you want change solid to dash, you can change, so that you can understand which one is changing. This one. Okay. Now next line is paragraph. ID equal to my box 2. Now where is the box 2? Here is the box 2. If you want, I can zoom in. Here is the box 2. Right. This is the box 2. Now this box 2 is ID applicable is my. My is applicable here. My. Where is my here? Here the ID. What is there in the my? The float is left. Transform rotate is 20 degrees. And rest of this is same as it is here. Same as it is the rotating box. Same. Nothing has changed. Rotate 20 degrees. It is showing the output as like this. If you are increasing to 40 degrees, for example, 40 degrees, I save the program. Now it is rotating like this. If you are saying to 90 degrees, 90 degrees, it will be like this. See how it is changing? Hope you are observing. This box is changing, right? Now we keep same as this to 20 degrees. Okay. Next, what is the next line? I am using a class called as rotate here for a image, tree brain image. I am using width and height of the image is 200 pixels, right? Now for this, I am using a class called as rotate. Rotate class. Now what is there in the rotate class? In the rotate class, there is no float, none, and transform rotate is 45 degrees. Now width and height of this is the position. Width and height of this is 400 and 300. If you observe carefully here, this is an image. It is a 45 degrees. If you want 90 degrees, you can change 90 degrees for this rotate. Just refresh. See 90 degrees of the image, 400 and 300. If you are decreasing this, say for example 300 width and 200 height, see what will happen. It goes inside because it is not having any float. Float is none. When you say float left, then from the left 300 width and 200 height will come like this. When you say float is none, it goes behind. From starting, it goes to inside of that one. When you say left, from left, the width and height will be calculated like this. If you say the float is right, the width and height is 300 and 200. From right, the width is 300, the height is 200 of that particular this rotation. Okay, if you say 135 degrees of this, it will be like this. If you say it is a 150 degrees, it will be like this. Okay. Now the last line of this one is this is a rotating code. I am using a class called as KKB1. So in this KKB1 is what will be there in this width and height, and there is no floating, just a transform of 90 degrees. So transform rotate is 90 degrees. It is KKB1. So previously we are using in this one a box, for this also a box, for this image, but here only the text without any box, without any rotate, without any float. Just simply we are using transform. Just we are rotating the text with the height and width is 150. Now where is that text? Here is the text. Just right. And use because it is overlapping there. None. I'll use just for your understanding. 45 degrees will be a 400 and 300. Fine. See the text here. Now the text is a 90 degrees. In this one, the height and width of this is, if you want, you can increase 150 width and 100 height. See, the 90 degrees. If you want, just appear visible here. Right. So that's about the rotation, all the topics over here. So we have seen the examples for box dimensions, the padding, the properties of border, margin properties, width and height, including min, max, width and height properties, floating, overlapping and overflowing also, we have seen that if you are using the same height and width for the same type of different type of elements, then at the time there will be chances of overflowing of boxed content. Marquee properties as well as rotating boxes with example.